Hello, y'all. Welcome to the second ever episode of Toilet Time, the first and only podcast located entirely inside of my bathroom. Pretty sure.
We don't
I'm
know.
Ben,
And I'm Grant.
and let's get right into the sporting news. First, stop. Gator time.
Again.
Yes, again, because the Gators men's track and field brought home another NCAA championship for Florida. Congratulations, guys. Additionally, Florida baseball is headed to Omaha for the College Baseball World Series, and they play Virginia on Friday. Hopefully, they can win that game, win the series, and bring home another championship for good old Florida.
Hopefully they lose. So go Virginia.
Hater.
On the bad note for Florida, the Miami Heat losing 5 games to the Denver Nuggets. What was it that I said last time?
You said that the Heat were going to win in 5?
Nuggets were going to win in 5. And you said what? Heat in 7? Am I correct? It's like the jersey number you got on there.
Possibly. I might have said that. I might have been very wrong.
Honestly, I believe you should be punished for that, but you're getting punished later on anyways. So, I mean, Nikola Jokic, balled out, absolute legend. Coming from a Sixers
Should have been
family,
MVP.
Should have been MVP of the regular season. I mean, he just played so well. I mean, I don't think any team in the NBA would have been able to stop him or stop the Nuggets in general. I mean, everyone on that team was playing fantastically, though. I mean, you gotta give it though. You gotta give the Heat props. I mean, they played with such tenacity and with such heart and drive that I think if it was almost any other team that would have made it from the Western Conference, I think the Heat probably would have given them a better run.
Yeah, the Nuggets are really good.
The Nuggets were just
beyond
fantastic.
This is the first year since the bubble where Jokic and Jamal Murray have actually played together.
Yeah,
And they made it to the Western Conference Finals that year.
Yeah.
Only lost because LeBron and AD were unstoppable that year, but yeah, I mean, if they can both stay healthy again, well, it's usually Jamal Murray, but if that team can stay healthy, they're probably the best in the NBA.
Yeah, and even if he can't stay healthy, I mean, they're still easily one of the best teams in the NBA. I mean, Aaron Gordon just absolutely was fantastic for the Nuggets throughout the entirety of the playoffs, and when Michael Porter Jr. was playing well, he was playing very well. I mean, granted, he needs to learn to pass the ball a little bit more. But
he's a bucket.
He's a bucket. He's a walking bucket. But even outside of that, I mean, they'd have Bruce Brown come in. He'd give him some solid minutes too. KCP, just pretty much that entire roster. I think if they can stick together next
Jeff
year. Jeff Green, yeah, DeAndre Jordan,
yeah,
Ish Smith.
So
Christian Brown was doing really good in the playoffs too. So
lots of Browns.
Yeah, it's just weird because his is spelled like Braun.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's spelled like Braun. It's really weird. I thought it was Braun, but then the announcer was saying Brown. I was like, the hell? Well, it's not up to me how he pronounces his name.
Well, congratulations, Denver, on your first ever title. Sorry, Heat, you played great, but the Nuggets are just better.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next thing. Jacob deGrom or Tommy John?
Who knows?
Jacob deGrom's season is over, and he received his second Tommy John surgery. When healthy, deGrom is one of the best pitchers in the league, but he just can't seem to stay on the field. What does this mean for deGrom's future in the league? Do you think teams are going to want to keep playing a player who hasn't pitched over 100 innings since 2019?
I mean, if they can get him for cheaper, I think it would significantly make teams a little bit more intrigued.
So you think the Rangers are going to release him eventually?
I don't think they'll release him. What's the current contract that he's on?
It's big.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really big.
That's not hopeful. Okay. Okay, well, whatever it is, it can just pop up right away, so I couldn't just like give a number. Um, I mean, if he can just stay healthy for at least half the season,
It's a 5-year, $185 million
yeah,
contract.
so a few pennies. If he can stay healthy for at least half the season, I'd say, and if he can continue to play at that high level, I mean, I'd say it's worth it. Even though it's only half a season, but I mean, when he's healthy, he's easily one of the best in the entire league. So, I mean,
Who knows, though, after this surgery?
exactly. With this being his second one, it could start to be a drop off, but I mean, for the time being, if he can keep up that high level of play, I'd still give him the shot, because if it's a risk to have him at his best, I'd take it personally. I understand why you wouldn't, but I think it's a shot that should be taken though.
Yeah. I just don't know if if I was a team, if I'd want to pay him that much just to take up all that money. I mean,
It's fair.
he is very, very good, but it just seems inevitable every single year.
Yeah, I mean,
Since
he's coming
2019.
off of his second Tommy John. He's starting to get up there in age, because he's what, like 32-ish.
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
Yeah, so pretty soon, unless he's like Max Scherzer or like Justin Verlander, he's probably gonna be hitting his peak pretty soon. So, Dalvin Cook no longer cooking for the Vikings. After 6 seasons of wearing the purple and gold, Dalvin Cook finds himself released after the Vikings failed to find a trade partner for the 4-time Pro Bowler out of Florida State. The move was made after Cook wanted a new contract that would pay him in the $10 million range, and obviously the Vikings just weren't willing to pay him that. So is Cook worth the $10 million, and how much will this move impact the Vikings, and where do you think he should go next?
I think that the Vikings probably made a smart decision. Their running back room is probably going to be fine without him. He was a great player.
I mean,
Unfortunately, running backs just aren't very
they're
valuable.
No, I mean, Alexander Madison, whenever Cook was out with an injury, which seemed fairly often, I feel, he would always play pretty much as good as Cook.
Yeah.
And he's significantly cheaper than Dalvin Cook. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really going to do that much for the team now. I mean, it's saving up that extra money is definitely going to help in a couple of years when they have to get an extension for Justin Jefferson. So, I mean, it's a smart move by the Vikings. I mean, yeah, he was good, but at the same time, he's not the only one on the team. And it's running back, and Madison does as good, essentially. So it's not really that much a big of a thing for them, I feel. So
Yeah, I think it was a good move.
yeah.
He's not going to get that anywhere, I don't think.
No, it's if he gets that anywhere, it'd have to be like a Texans, one of those low tier teams that just aren't very good at the
They just
moment.
want a running back.
That just, yeah. I mean, but like, if he's willing to accept that he's most likely not going to be getting that, I mean, he might get about that, because I'm pretty sure I saw Miles Sanders got like 6 to 7 per year or something like that. So he might be able to get that 8 to 10 million range. But I mean, if the Dolphins can get him for about that 8 million range, Dolphins would make a lot of sense for him though.
Didn't Tony Pollard get injured? Isn't he gonna miss this year or something? I made that up.
Yeah, you made that up.
All right,
Yeah,
I thought
you're just insane.
I thought he had an injury. I was saying.
No, I think he might have had like some kind of injury, but he's not missing the season though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pollard, who fractured his fibula and suffered a high ankle injury in the first half of the playoffs. I think he did get injured, didn't he?
I mean, he might have, but it's not like he tore his ACL or tore his Achilles, and they were like, "Oh, you're out for the year," kind of a thing,
Because he exited in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but that playoffs were now months ago. So I mean,
That's true.
If,
Okay,
if,
so it's gonna take him 3 months.
yeah,
but
he's probably
that's probably
fine
already
right now.
yeah. All right, my bad.
As long as he's not like Lonzo and just like keeps having to get surgery after surgery, he should be fine.
Yeah, I still feel like the Cowboys would be a good fit for him.
For Dalvin Cook?
If they can get him for a lot cheaper than
If they can get him for like $3 million, then it makes sense. But there's no way they're gonna get him.
Yeah.
For that. So
I was thinking Paul got injured, but like that duo would be insane. Like
but they're
kind of like Zeke and
but it's just I mean, can they use Dalvin Cook as a center?
Is Ezekiel Elliott even on a team right now?
No, he's still free.
I'll probably just sign like a really low contract before the season starts. I'm guessing.
I don't know. I don't think I think he can still get a fairly decent contract.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
What is he waiting for?
I don't know. Maybe he could have some injury stuff going on. And he's trying to wait for that to heal up, kind of like what Odell did. But,
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like Ezekiel Elliott is a good example of how running backs just don't get paid.
What do you mean?
Or like he's not Ezekiel Elliott can't find anyone really to play for right now. I feel like Dalvin Cook is gonna have a hard time too.
I don't know if it's he just can't find anyone to play for. It could just be like he's purposefully waiting for a little bit till he finds the ideal place for the ideal situation, the ideal role for what he's wanting. So
Yeah. Dude, what if you went to the Panthers and play with Miles Sanders?
I don't hate the Panthers. I mean, it was a smart move by the Eagles to let him go.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be going into a system that fits in better with the Panthers. So
Anyway, we kind of got off topic there, but like the
Very
running
much
back
off topic.
market
Well, not very
in the
much off
NFL is
topic,
kind of
so.
crazy just in
a
general.
little bit, yeah.
All right, on to the next. The Panthers slain by the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights defeated the Panthers 9-3 in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals to win their first championship in team history. Very impressive for the Golden Knights, who only became a team in 2017, just 6 years after they were formed. They won a championship. The Panthers joined the list of Florida teams like the Heat and FAU college basketball team to lose within sight of a championship. So, two things. I mean, I think it's very impressive that Knights won so early in their existence. I think they're like the fourth quickest team to win a championship, which is cool.
Fourth, maybe fifth, right?
Fourth or fifth, yeah. And the other thing is, it must suck to be like live in South Florida right now, and watch all those teams lose.
Yeah.
And it's funny because all of them were like Cinderella runs too. Like the Heat
Yeah.
8 seed, Florida 8 seed, FAU 12 seed. No, 9 seed.
I wouldn't know.
It was a 9 seed, but still, that's crazy to get in the Final Four. So yeah, let us know how you're feeling if you're one of those fans.
Yeah, must suck.
Yep. Speaking of sucking for fans.
Yeah. The A's fans have been participating in a takyab.
Grant, what is a tiakyab?
A tiakyab?
A tiakyab, what is that?
It is a reverse boycott. You know, see what I was trying to do there? It was boycott backwards.
TTOCYOB.
Takyab.
Tiakyab.
Why do you keep adding another Y?
Because there's a Y in it. But
yeah, but after the C, not the T.
okay, whatever. If you guys
You're going tiakyab.
If you guys spell boycott backwards, this will make more sense
Yes.
to you.
Backwards is
Write it on a paper.
TTOCYOB. So last night in a game where the A's faced off against the Rays, the fans in Oakland boycotted the owners of the club, but instead of not going to the game, the team had a season-high 27,759 fans attend the game in protest of the owners potentially moving the club to Las Vegas, leaving Oakland without an MLB team shortly after the Raiders moved to Vegas and the Warriors to San Francisco. This season is the fans' last shot at convincing the owners to stay, and unfortunately the boycott might not have been enough as the stadium wasn't even filled to half capacity. But the reverse boycott may even be impacting the players too, as the A's are on what I'm pretty sure is a current MLB leading 6-game win streak, coming off of 2 straight wins against arguably the best team in baseball right now, being the A's.
The Rays.
And yeah, the Rays. What did I say?
The A's.
They are the best team. And they are actually playing the Rays again right now. It's the top of the third, and the A's are winning 3-1
Wow.
as well. So, with the reverse boycott maybe being a success, Would you prefer the A's stay in Oakland or make the move to Vegas?
I would obviously prefer that they stay in Oakland, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm actually planning on going to a game in Oakland this year.
Oh, you're
Fun
gonna go.
fact.
You're gonna go all the way
Yeah.
out to Oakland.
Yeah, because this is probably either the last or second to last time they're going to be there. So, yeah.
That's like the complete other side of the country for us.
Yeah,
You
we're,
couldn't tell
we're
by,
in Pennsylvania.
By the Eagles and the Steelers.
It's only like a 32-hour drive.
32-hour drive.
35.
Fairly hefty plane ticket.
But
So- you can have fun with that.
I will. But yeah, I think the A's. Remember in the last episode, I said they weren't gonna have a record losing streak. They were gonna start winning, and they already have. So
No thanks to you.
it was because of me. So good for you, Rays or A's. You messed it up for me, Grant. Sorry. Good for
messed
you,
it up
A's.
yourself.
Rays, you got to step up your game against the A's.
Mistakes.
Anyway, I hope that Toyoy
Yeah.
Cobb works.
Yeah.
Corn on the cob, whatever.
Rob Thompson.
Anyway, Rod Woodson gone. That's right. We even talk about the XFL on this podcast. NFL Hall of Famer and Steelers legend Rod Woodson has mutually parted ways with the Vegas Vipers after his first season as a coach. The team went 2-8 and had the second worst record in the league. My question is, how can a former NFL player who clearly has plenty of knowledge about the game not be a successful coach in the XFL of all places? I didn't really watch the games. I doubt you did either, Grant.
No.
But if I had to guess, it would be because of the lack of talent, not because he's just an awful head coach.
I
mean, it's the XFL.
players can sometimes not be good coaches or just like that good like
He coached in the
involved.
NFL for like 5 seasons,
Yeah,
not as a head
I was
coach.
gonna say that's not as a head coach. I'm trying to think of. I know there are examples of players that were good and then ended up just being terrible coaches, but I am completely blanking on them right now. Steve Nash.
Oh, if you're going basketball,
It's just an example. I was trying to
he
think
didn't
of
get
one.
that much time though.
No, but he still had the big three though.
Yeah, but that big three didn't work with anybody.
They gave him like a season, and then as soon as they didn't win the championship, you're gone. But you look at the Nuggets. Michael Malone gave him 8 years, and he won one.
Yeah, the NBA coaching carousel is a talk for
Completely
another
different
day.
story.
Yeah, but anyway,
I was
Rod
trying
Woodson-
to think of one, like an NFL one, but
Yeah.
I couldn't think of one. All I could think of was Michael Jordan.
most times players just coach the positions that they coached in.
Yeah, sometimes then once they're good enough once they are become like good at that spot, then they'll get like coordinator job of either the entire offense or the entire defense, or they'll just go straight into the head coaching job.
Jim Harbaugh was a quarterback for the Colts, but he was actually not a bad coach. But
No, I was gonna say, yeah, he was a good coach. I mean, he got to the Super Bowl with the 49ers.
yeah, and now he's for Michigan. I don't like Michigan either. If you're a Michigan fan, screw you. The only good thing you have going for you is your logo.
Yeah, because that was our high school's logos and colors.
They copied it, kind
Yes.
of. An M. Anyway.
Shut up. Saquon sit out? I completely forgot to come up with a better name for that one. Oh no, tough shit. In a situation that we didn't see that long ago with Le'Veon Bell, Saquon Barkley is currently holding out of all team activities with the Giants as he's looking to bring home a hefty paycheck. Barkley, coming off a season where he rushed for a career-high 1,312 yards, Penn State product, is looking to add his name to the list of some of the highest-paid running backs in the league with the names like Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara, who are the only two running backs making over $11 million. Now, I think those are based off of like salary, but that's if you're not including Bijan Robinson, who was just drafted, who's making $13.72 million. But Barkley, just like Bell did a few years ago, has said that he will sit out of the entire season if he feels it necessary, as he says that he just wants respect. So is it smart for him to sit out?
No, 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 no. Bell made one of the worst moves as a running back in history, and I would know. I'm a Steelers fan.
If you couldn't tell by the jersey and that.
He was a great player, but he should have known how good he had it in Pittsburgh. And you saw his career was ruined after he left. And part of that I think is because he sat out an entire year.
That, but also Bell was a little bit older at the time too. So I mean, he could have just been on the poise.
He's a similar age to what Saquon is right now. I mean,
how old was he? Was what, late 20s at that point when he held out? Like 27.
He was coming off his rookie contract, so it was pretty similar. Pretty similar age. I think he was probably like 27. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I think Barkley's like 25. So I mean,
it's close enough.
I was gonna say maybe just.
He wasn't an old fart.
Yeah, like I know sometimes running backs, their like peak is only for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Some of them.
No.
So it could have just been that, but at the same time,
I don't know the situation behind it. Maybe the Giants are trying to give him like very, very little money.
Yeah, he hasn't even signed his franchise tag yet. His franchise tender.
Yeah,
which is going to be getting him $10 million, and he wants more than that.
Well, I think he more so wants a long-term contract.
Yeah, he wants the longer-term deal, but he also wants more than $10 million.
Yeah.
Because I saw something pretty much saying that like. He just wants to be respected, and he feels with what they're offering him isn't, like, I guess, respectful. Not necessarily that, but, like, he feels he's worth more than that, and them not offering that to him makes him feel a little undervalued, I think is kind of what it is.
Yeah, unless the Giants are being really stupid, I think he's gonna make a big mistake.
As long as he's still doing stuff, as long as he's still working out a lot, and still.
It's not the same.
I know it's not the same as in-game production, but I mean, it's better than nothing, though.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, indeed, we will.
So. Who let the brown dog logo out? That sounded bad. But who let the Browns logo out? That's a dog. The Browns released a new logo that was voted on by the fans. The new dog logo won't replace the iconic helmet logo, but it will represent the dog pound in Cleveland. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this logo. If you're watching it on YouTube, I'll put up a picture. But what do you think, Grant? I don't think it's that great.
It's not that good. No, it looks like when you make like when you're in franchise mode in Madden and you like relocate a team to like England and it just gives you those cheesy generic logos. Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. The cool thing is it has like images hidden in it, like the state of Ohio is in it.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, but you can't even really see that unless you look closely. But yeah, it's kind of lame. But it's not it's not their main logo. Honestly, I don't even know what the point of the dog logo. They don't really put it
merchandise.
Yeah, they put it on some shirts. But yeah, the Browns are always changing stuff because they have probably, in my opinion, the worst uniforms and like logos in the NFL. They don't even have a logo. It's just an orange helmet. Yeah. Anyway, that's kind of.
Deshaun Watson's our quarterback, and he is a shit person. Maybe that's why.
Hey, you haven't met him.
Maybe that's why they're the Browns, because he's a shit person. That is not. Wait.
Remember when OBJ played for the Browns after that rumor came out? Anyway, we have to move on. We have to move on.
That could be taken very badly out of context.
No, the rumor.
No, you're not thinking of it the way that I am.
Okay, just keep going.
Okay, I can explain later. Jags are making sure the rats are staying out. The Jaguars, just a couple months after it was announced that they dealt with a rat infestation in the locker room, but this could be just completely unrelated to that. It could just be like coincidental. But they have released renderings for a new planned stadium. The only bad part, I believe, is that there's going to be a couple, like, the maximum occupancy is going to be a couple thousand less, which is really the only bad part. But, I mean, they're still going to be able to have over 60,000 people, which really isn't that massive of a change. So, what do you think of the new renderings?
I mean, when they show those new renderings, they always look awesome.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. I don't think it'll top, like, some of the best in the NFL, like,
Lincoln Financial Field.
Yeah, the Eagles Stadium. No, but the one they just did in LA. The one where the Chargers and the SoFi. That one looks really cool.
Raiders one looks cool too.
You're right. Yeah. I don't think it'll top those.
Do you know what's the best one though?
What? Die, Eagles, die.
I'm gonna kill you.
But anyway.
I know where you sleep.
They're gonna do a new stadium, but the question is, where are they gonna play in the meantime? I've seen some things saying, like, where are they gonna play? I saw one saying they might play at Daytona Speedway.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
But I think they should play at University of Florida Stadium, Ben Hill Griffin. That can hold 90,000. Imagine how many people you could fit. Not that the Jaguars have that many fans, but I think they should play in Gainesville.
I don't think so.
It probably wouldn't make any sense, but I want to see it happen. I want to be able to see Gators on Saturday, Jags on Sunday. I'm not a Jags fan, but that would just be cool.
I don't want to see that.
All right, Grant's just a Florida hater. He doesn't.
Damn right I am.
All right, we're concluded with the news segment. Now we will get into some potential trades that we have cooked up. Grant will start.
That was way too creepy. Now I'm just picturing you like at a playground.
What?
You probably should.
What am I doing in a playground?
No, you're the one there. Just going up to the. I've got something cooking up.
All right, Grant, get into your trade
God damn it.
that you cooked up.
So the first one, I have Tyler Hero. The Heat, I mean, Duncan Robinson stepped up, Gabe Vincent stepped up. I mean, I think the Heat could potentially get some pretty good offers for Hero. I mean, he's still young, can still play, can still produce at a pretty good level. I mean, he averaged over 20 points a game this past season. I think he was like at 20 points per game this season. But I have him going to the Cavs for Karis LeVert, Chetty Osman, and a first.
Isn't it CD?
I'm pretty sure it's Chetty. It could be CD.
I'm pretty sure it's CD, bro.
I've heard Chetty.
From who?
Stuff.
I've heard himself call himself CD.
CD Lamb.
Oh, that was very
That's what you get for
violent. Anyway,
the one that's like stalking children.
I'm not doing that. Okay, I think that's an overpay for Tyler Hero, and I don't think the Cavs really need him.
That was simply just called. I couldn't think of. I had a hard time thinking of who to come up with that.
I could definitely see it getting traded, but
yeah, I don't. I don't think that's a trade that either team would make. I mean, I think if the Heat were offered that, I think they might accept it because I mean, Karis LeVert, he can still play pretty well. Osman, I mean, he came in off the bench, put up like about 10 points a game. But I mean, I don't think either team really accepts that. But I mean, if that were hypothetically to happen, the Heat would win that trade, I think.
yeah, probably. That'd be interesting though.
Yeah.
All right, next trade. Luis Robert Jr. He's had a great season so far. Lots of home runs, lots of RBIs, pretty good average. It's on the White Sox. Now, the White Sox aren't very good this year. I think they might just start to tear it down. Luis Robert is pretty young, but I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to trade him for something better. So I have him going to the Blue Jays, who are in a playoff hunt, and they could definitely use some more power in their outfield. I have them being traded for infielder Santiago Espinal and top 100 pitching prospect. I feel like it'd be a pretty fair trade. The White Sox could definitely use some middle infield help. Espinal is really young. He hasn't really he in his 2 seasons he started, he did pretty good. Last year he was an all-star, but now Whit Merrifield's kind of taken over for him, and I think that they might just. I mean, Whit Merrifield is pretty young too, but I might think they might just stick with him. So, I think it'd be a pretty good trade for both teams.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fair for both teams. I mean, as you said, the White Sox are struggling, so I mean, if they can still get some young guys that they can develop, yeah, pretty well for someone like Robert. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't make that deal. I mean, it's a beneficial trade for both sides. So
Plus, the White Sox need starting pitching that's been really bad this year.
yeah.
So,
So my next guy, I don't even know if he can be traded because I mean, technically, he's not even on a contract right now. But I have Saquon Barkley.
it could be a sign
Maybe.
trade.
It could be. I have him going to the Bills for a second, a third, 2 fourths, and a fifth. I mean, that's about what 49ers gave up for Christian McCaffrey, so I don't think it would be too crazy for the Giants to expect much more than that.
I can
Like,
see that.
Yeah, so I think I'd put in like an extra fourth because of the fact that Saquon's a little bit younger than what McCaffrey was at the time of the trade, I think. I mean, I don't necessarily know how well Saquon would fit with the Bills. I still think Saquon. I mean, the Bills are a very pass-heavy offense, and I mean Saquon. I think is probably a top 5 receiving back in the league yet. So, I mean, he still could probably fit in very well. He might just not have as much of an impact through the ground, though.
I feel like people have been mocking the Bills to get a running back some way for a long time, and they just haven't.
No.
I mean, they got James Cook in like the 3rd round or something.
I mean, rookie running backs typically don't blast off on the scene right away. I mean, outside of like Brees Hall and like Kenneth Walker last year, but
I mean, I think the problem is they don't give any of their running backs an opportunity.
No, they are a very pass heavy offense, and it's just they don't really.
And when they run, they just use Josh Allen.
Yeah.
But that would be interesting. I think the Giants would take that, honestly. To
They
get
might.
that much for not paying him, they don't want to pay him anyway. I don't think. So.
I mean, I think they do want to pay him. I mean, it's Saquon.
Well, obviously they would prefer not to pay the running back $10+ million. You know.
True.
But all right, coming back to basketball, got Damian Lillard. A lot of people thought he would get traded this year. He didn't. I'm not sure if he wants to get traded.
I think he's like on the brink.
Yeah, I think he wants to be that guy that like plays for the same team and he's loyal, but he wants a ring. He deserves one.
I think he's starting to. I think him and Bradley Beal are both starting to hit that point of just.
The Blazers
it's
aren't
probably
good.
Not gonna happen.
So, I have him going to the Suns. Now, the Suns have tried to get a lot of stars. Didn't work this year, but I have them trading away some of their stars in kind of like a rebuild / bring in a star while they not rebuild, retool. Sorry. So I have them trading away Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and Landry Shamet and a 1st-round pick for Damian Lillard. Some people might say that's a lot, but I think Damian Lillard is probably like a top 5 point guard in the NBA for sure. For sure, maybe top 3. Like Curry's better. Like you could argue these two. What? Ja Wick. I feel like Dame is actually better than Ja. He just plays on a crappy team.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to.
You just wanted to say Ja Wick. Cool. But yeah, I feel like the Suns probably don't want to keep going with Paul now that he's kind of declined.
It's like I'm pretty sure I saw that something came out saying that they released him, but then Frank Vogel was like, "We didn't do that."
Yeah.
So I mean, Chris Paul's definitely going to get traded this offseason anyways. DeAndre Ayton probably will too.
He doesn't want to be there.
He doesn't want to be there. It's obvious.
And then Chris Paul's gonna go to the Blazers, and he's gonna somehow make them a playoff team, but then lose in the playoffs. I can just imagine it.
I mean, that's definitely too. I don't know. That's a little hard to say. I mean, I think if they make this trade, Blazers would keep Ayton, but I think they would look to get rid of Chris Paul right away.
You think?
I think so. I mean, they're young. They're not really looking to make a playoff push with what they've got at the moment, or make any kind of playoff run or title run or whatever. So I mean, I think they try to look. If they make that deal, look down the Chris Paul immediately, bring in some other young guys, or try to do some kind of, try to make some kind of deal to buy out his contract. But I mean, for the Suns, that would to a degree that kind of hurt them too. I mean, even though DeAndre Ayton doesn't want to play for them anymore, I mean, he still averaged a double. I'm pretty sure he still averaged a double. So I mean, that would hurt them interior wise pretty hard. Because I mean, there's not a whole lot of players that could probably. I mean, they could probably pretty easily find someone that could step into that role of post defender.
DeAndre
Gets
Jordan.
a lot of rebounds. Yeah, DeAndre Jordan.
Dwight Howard coming back from Taiwan.
No, he's only going to the Kings. Remember, because he only said that
championship contender.
He said that he thinks he could help the Sacramento Kings win a championship, and he only said the Sacramento Kings. But I mean, I mean, the Suns could probably do something for a Clint Capella, who doesn't really who could still produce at a pretty good level, but doesn't necessarily offensively get as much as Ayton does. So, I mean, I think that's definitely going to be a win for the Suns, but I can see that to a degree hurting both teams though.
Yeah, definitely.
So staying in the basketball realm, I have Tobias Harris finally getting traded to the Magic for Jalen Suggs and a pick swap. Tobias Harris going back to the Magic. The Sixers could potentially be losing out on Harden. So, I mean, I think them bringing in Suggs could help them a lot. I mean, you put him with Nick Nurse, could help Suggs develop a little bit. The same with having Maxey there. He'll definitely help out. I mean, I think this would be a hard trade to get accepted, which is essentially why I have it just Tobias for Suggs. Because, I mean, for one, Suggs is still in his rookie contract. He's still got a really high potential, and then Tobias Harris, he can still contribute pretty well. He averaged about 15 points per game for the Sixers this past year, but he's on a max contract. And so I think some teams might be a little...
Why would the Magic want to do that?
Because he's a vet. He's a vet who can still play well and...
On a max?
I know, but I mean, for that kind of a position, he can help out Paolo Banchero. I think he can help out. I think if they bring in Tobias Harris, he could potentially go into that playery coach kind of a role. And I mean, he knows to a degree. I mean, granted, he hasn't been to a championship, but he knows he knows that how to win. I mean,
sure.
He knows what it takes to win. Does that mean that they win? No. But he knows what it takes.
Because he sees teams beat him all the time.
He's been around for a little while now. I mean, he's got some knowledge up there. So, I mean, I think just with all of that, I mean, it could be something the Magic could be interested in. I'm not going to lie. I don't know who would win this trade. Probably the Sixers.
Definitely.
As long as the Sixers can re-sign George Niang. Because I'm not going to lie, Niang and Tobias Harris pretty much played the exact same role. But mean, I think Tobias Harris could potentially go to the Magic, be a pretty good piece for them. I mean, when you look at it, he still averaged about 15 points a game this past season, but with the Sixers over the past 2 years, he went from like 20 points per game to like 17, and then I think went to 15. So I mean, if he can be a bit of a more contributing piece to the offense, he could be a lot more beneficial. Like, I mean, he still like shot 50% from the field, which, and just shooting 50% from the field and scoring about 15 a game, that's still good. But I mean, because I mean, when you look at it, he was the number 4 piece on the offense. So for the Sixers, and he still averaged 15 a game. If you bump him up to like the number 2 guy, that could easily be about 20 points a game at least. So
All right. We just talked way too long about Tobias Harris.
fuck you.
Okay, my last trade. It's a good old threesome trade. You don't see these too often in the NFL. Hasn't been one in a while. But I'm doing a 3-team trade between the Bills, the Rams, and the Raiders. Now, there's some news circulating about Stephon Diggs. So I wanted to do a trade with him. But this is a really neat trade. It's a 3-team trade, each dealing 1 wide receiver to a different team that I think are pretty similar in skill. And I think the teams might find a better fit with these receivers. So, I have Stephon Diggs going to the Rams. I have Cooper Kupp going to the Raiders. And I have Devontae Adams going to the Bills. Now, you might say, why would the teams want to do this? Well, none of these teams really got the result they wanted last year. And I think that they might be a better fit. Well, Stephon Diggs, doesn't seem happy. And Devontae Adams didn't seem super happy either. And now the quarterback that he went there that he liked isn't even there anymore. So I think the Bills on paper definitely win this because they're getting the best wide receiver out of the 3 probably. But I just think switching the 3 up would be very, very interesting. Would it happen? No, it would never happen. But that's not what this is about. It's about fun stuff. And that would be fun. You have to admit, Grant. That would be a fun trade.
That would be.
That would be like the coolest trade.
If I were a Raider fan, I'd probably be the most upset over that. Just because, I mean, don't get me wrong, Cooper Kupp is still an amazing receiver, but I mean, I don't think Cooper Kupp could fill in for Devontae Adams. I mean,
Yeah.
They both are very good route running guys, but I mean, Cooper Kupp is also coming off an injury, so I mean, Bills, any time would win that trade.
Yeah,
so
definitely. But I think it would be cool.
Yeah, it would be very cool.
All right. Now it's time to get to the toilet player of the week. This week's toilet player is none other than Alek Manoah, pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays. Last year, Alek Manoah finished the year with a 2.24 ERA on 196.2 innings pitched and 180 strikeouts. He finished 3rd in the AL Cy Young race. This year, in 13 starts, he has a 6.36 ERA, leads the league in walks, and the Blue Jays have a record of 4-9 when he pitches. He was sent down to the minor leagues, and he would probably rank last in this year's AL Cy Young race, if there was one, if you could rank every pitcher. So, what happened to Manoah? A lot of people think it might be the new pitch clock rules, or did he just lose it? I hope that he can find his stuff again, but for now, Alek, Mr. Manoah, you are this week's toilet player. Now we must put you
sacrificial
in the toilet.
Putting it in the toilet.
We promise it's going right in the toilet.
Pretty funny if he gets stained onto the toilet. Just his face.
So it's there forever. That would be
It's there
perfect.
forever.
All right, now we're going to today's segment of Obscure Sports Quarterly. Grant, take it away.
On this week, and on this episode of Obscure Sports Quarterly, we are talking about the famed worldwide sport of cherry pit spitting. Started back in 1974 when Herb Teichman, I don't really know.
Who cares? Sorry, Herb.
How dare you say that about Herb?
Or is it Herb?
Could be.
Anyway.
Owner of the Tremendous Fruit Farm in Michigan, held the first ever cherry pit spitting competition. He started doing it as a way to make use of cherry pits, and it started as a neighborhood thing, and then it just grew more and more in popularity. The sport is played by getting 3 cherries and then just spitting the pits to see how far they go. The competition reached such a high popularity to the point where it even began being performed in other countries such as Canada, Australia, France, and Germany. Since 1980, the Krause family have dominated the sport as Rick Pellet Gun Krause has won the competition about 18 or 19 times, most recently in 2018. And then Brian Young Gun Krause has the world record for longest spit, coming in at 93 feet and 6.5 inches. And he's even supposedly done one even further, but not officialized. I would like to add, he is not just spitting it like 93 feet in the air. He's spitting it probably like 10 feet or whatever. I don't know how long.
It rolls 80 feet?
It rolls. It could.
Does he know how to spit it so it rolls?
I don't know.
He's probably a master. He probably knows.
Well, Rick's the one that's won it like almost 20 times.
Yeah, but the Young Gun has 93 feet. That's insane. 93 feet
that's crazy.
is like almost 100 feet.
It is almost about 100 feet. Good job.
I can't think of a thing that's like famously 100 feet. How
100 feet?
A football field is like 900 feet? No.
No, that's like 300 feet.
No, it's... Yes. I failed math. So it's like a third of a football field. So like 27 yards.
Yeah, roughly.
That's insane. 27 yards? That's a deep pass. Anyway.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, in 2020, the Tremendous Farm was sold at auction, effectively bringing the competition to a close. But the last ever winner of the competition was Kevin Boomerang Bartz with a spit of 58 feet and 3.25 inches. Now, even though the competition at Tremendous Farm has come to a close, I'm sure there's still competitions all over the place yet. July 1st has been recognized as International Cherry Pit Spitting Day. So in a couple weeks, go get some cherries and see if you can beat Young Gun's record.
But we're not going to wait.
No, we're not.
Me and Grant have gathered cherry pits.
We're going to spit them in here.
And we're going to spit them.
We're going to spit them 93 feet here in
And
the
see
bathroom.
who can spit the farthest.
I hope mine
We
is
get
like
3 pits.
covered in napkin.
Now, I feel like we can probably get it to the wall.
Probably.
This bathroom isn't very big.
Your mom just...
So, when you're ready, girl, put the first one in her mouth. We haven't practiced this.
No,
I don't
we
know how
haven't.
it's gonna
I
go.
watched a video where Rick was kind of giving a little tip, though.
Oh, so Grant
So
has
I have an advantage.
And Grant's also closer and higher up.
Yes.
But I'm gonna try my best.
So we're just spitting that way?
Just spit towards the camera.
I hate the camera.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Yeah,
We both hit the wall.
we easily hit the wall.
Oh, that little like doorstop thingy's over. It
Yeah,
might hit it.
I saw that.
So
So
you spit it so hard, we
basi-
knocked it over.
yeah, basically we're too good for the bathroom.
We are too good for the bathroom.
But now let's try to hit the camera, hit the spot where it's filming. Wait, hold on. 3, 2, 1. That one was bad.
I got it. I got closer than you.
that was a bad spit. This is harder when you're in a tub.
Okay. Third and final go.
All right, if you hit the camera, you win. Grant, this is much easier for Grant, but I'm impressed that my first one hit the wall. That's just impressive. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Shit.
I had a really good first one, and then I just choked.
Okay, so the little tip that he gave, if you plan on doing this again, I think he was saying to like wrap your tongue over it, like
Oh,
kind
so
of like
you need the tongue.
Yeah.
It's all about the tongue.
Well, not just the tongue, but I mean, he was saying like also to gotta make sure you have like strong lungs too. Which you also don't have.
I struggle with that one.
What you guys don't know, we were like sitting here for an hour trying to get the mic to work, and every like 5 seconds, because adult onset asthma boy over here.
I think I have COPD. You know those commercials with the elephant sitting on the guy's chest?
I've heard of COPD, but I have no idea what it is.
There's like, you haven't seen those commercials?
I've heard of COPD, and I probably have seen those commercials, but I cannot think of them at the moment because it's like little like animated, like really badly animated cartoons.
Alrighty, guys, pray for me. Oh, I just wasn't cut out for the cherry spitting competition.
No, you weren't. That's why you don't live in Michigan. That's why your brother does.
Anyway, we're gonna be getting on with the second edition of Movie of the Day. Grant, take us away.
Now, this movie came out, what, early 2000s?
2004.
2004. And it is arguably the best movie and the greatest movie that Matt Damon has ever done. And we are obviously talking about the movie Euro Trip. Euro Trip. It is just...
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Most of you guys probably haven't heard of this.
Yeah.
I highly recommend you watch.
Yes. So essentially what it's about are... It's about these 4 friends that go on a trip to Europe to find their one friend's, like, long-lost love. Even though it's not really a long-lost love. He was, like, a pen pal with her, but he thought she was a dude. So...
It's very complicated, but...
It's a little complicated.
Basically, there was some miscommunication with his German pen pal, and it's a girl, and her name was Micah.
Yeah.
But it's spelled like Mike.
Yeah.
Because of the German thing.
Yeah.
And he thought that a guy told him that he liked him, but it was actually a girl. So he was drunk because his girlfriend cheated on him. And
oh yeah, we should also add that the reason we are saying that this is Matt Damon's best movie is because he had like a not even 5-minute long cameo in it.
Basically, if you guys have heard of the song, Scotty Doesn't Know. It's an amazing song that comes from this movie. Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday. All right, that's the premise.
And she tells him that she's at church, but she doesn't go. But she's still on her knees.
And Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know.
This is gonna sound really confusing. You first listen to the song, right? Listen to the song.
I mean, not gonna lie, that's not gonna give you like.
It's a banger. It's a banger. This is probably sounding confusing, but please watch it. I just checked. It's actually on Paramount Plus. I promise. Right now, it's on Paramount Plus. It'll probably, if you're watching this at another date, it'll probably be on a different streaming service, but it's a good movie. It's funny. It's got boobs.
Like many movies.
Well, yeah, but this was back in the day when they just felt like adding a bunch of boobs for no reason. So if you're into that, I'd also watch it for that.
Yeah, they're also like high schoolers, like just came out of high school, so you're not getting like old lady ones.
Not
Not like The Shining.
Thanks for the. That sounded creepy though, because you said high school. They were probably in their 20s.
Obviously, they're not.
They're in their 20s when they filmed
it. They're
playing high schoolers. You
always get like mid to late 20-year-olds playing high school students.
Yes, but anyway, it's about Scotty.
And he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. He goes on a quest for love. Does he find it? I don't know. You have to watch the movie. You have to watch the movie. It involves the Pope, Germany, France, Amsterdam.
I'm gonna say Amsterdam.
There's some hardcore, shall we say, sexual things that they do. It's very...
There's like a secret underground, like...
Sex
BDSM,
dungeon.
Sex dungeon. Not Scotty.
No.
Scotty.
His friend.
Scotty's friend.
Scotty doesn't know friend. But
yeah, Scotty's friend that also doesn't know.
This is going to sound so confusing, and I apologize. Please watch it. It's a great movie. It's funny.
And for all we know, we explained it better. But I explained it to him very badly, so he's just assuming that it is all confusing now.
3 points. If you like these 3 things, you're going to like it. Great song. That's
like great songs. The movie has some good songs.
It's a mid-2000s comedy, of course.
Very
Not
funny.
good music.
Comedy, jokes, slapstick, humor, and 3,
Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen is in it, but 3 is boobs. If you like boobs, recommend watching it. It's always a seller for a lot of people.
Especially you.
Anyway, Grant wants to share
Okay,
some
so this is just
news.
this is a little bit of like some movie news. So it was announced on Tuesday that Disney is delaying multiple upcoming projects, including stuff in the MCU, Star Wars, Avatar, and others, and just other projects that they have. Now it is unclear why there are the delays. It could be budget, it could be the writer's strike, or something that I just do not know. And if they have announced a reason, I haven't seen it yet. So now with all the delays that are in the MCU, first off, the Marvels has been pushed to November of 2023. Deadpool 3, unfortunately, has been pushed to May of 2024. Captain America Brave New World, which was like just announced as like a May of 2024, it was pushed back to July of 2024. The Thunderbolts.
Okay, everything has been pushed back. You don't need to list everything.
Fuck you, I want to list everything.
No.
God damn you.
No, it's
Oh, that's getting pushed back. There, that ends the segment. Asshole.
a lot of things are getting pushed back. Did you write Avatar here? Is Avatar
Yeah.
getting pushed back? Very
Avatar
sad.
3, Avatar 4, and Avatar 5. Avatar 5 got pushed back to 2031.
I didn't even think Avatar had Disney had a huge involvement in Avatar.
Well, it's Disney bought Avatar, so.
I know, but I thought
James Cameron?
James Cameron just did it all, and then they were like, "Okay, it's our movie." I thought.
He spent so much time making it, and then Bob Iger just shows up. He's like, "This is mine now. I don't care what you say.
That's
this
what I
belongs
figured.
to me."
That's what I figured. Anyway,
And don't worry, and I know you're so upset too. The Moana live action
No.
remake got pushed back too.
no, isn't The Rock playing Maui?
Of course, The Rock is playing Maui.
I can't wait, but I have to wait longer. What can I say except
You're welcome.
oh, very
Dude,
sad.
they're also doing a live action Lilo and Stitch. It's gonna be
And live action
dog shit.
Aristocrats.
Aristocats.
Oh my god.
Fucking read.
This is gonna be worse than Cats. Probably not.
If James Corden's in it, as long as James Corden's not in it, it'll be pretty good.
All right. Disney, step up your game. We want to watch these movies.
Bob Iger, stop taking James Cameron's work. How long until there's gonna be a Disney version of Titanic
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway,
or Terminator?
we're getting ready to do our second to last segment of the day. So, we will be doing a snake draft again.
See,
This time we are drafting TV show theme songs.
very true.
Very cool. Now, since Grant started last time, I'll start this time. I'll get the first pick, he gets second and third. I get fourth, fifth. No.
You get 1, I get 2,
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
4, 5,
Yeah,
6,
yeah,
7, 8, 9.
It's a snake draft.
10.
It's pretty self-explanatory. It's like a snake.
Snark.
Anyway,
Leathery.
I will start.
Snark.
now I think there are 2 picks. We've been talking about this. We haven't exposed our
Or plans.
ideas, but I've been trying to guess what Grant's gonna pick, and I think there are 2 that stand above everything else, and I don't think I'm gonna get both. But for the first pick, I think I have to take something that represents our state, something that's a certified classic, certified great intro to a show from the 90s. I'm taking the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. West Philadelphia, born and raised.
That is not what I was going to pick.
Really?
I did not even think of that. So I am very happy about that. So now I'm not picking it based off of what I think is the best ones. I'm picking it based off of my favorite ones personally.
Okay.
So that is a very good pick.
Probably the best pick in all picks ever made. Ever.
I don't know about
Some would say.
So I'm with my first pick. I'm gonna go with "What's New, Scooby Doo"
By Simple Plan.
by Simple Plan.
That's not what I expected. That is not what I
That
expected.
is such a good and catchy theme song.
It is very good.
And I'd say that's arguably the better of the picks so far.
I would disagree.
Well, obviously you're going to disagree. You make the pick.
I mean, how many people even... I mean, it's a good song. How many people know the What's New Scooby-Doo theme song?
Probably more than what you're assuming. Do you want me to check Spotify right now?
No, please don't.
I will check how many streams it has.
I do know that Simple Plan plays that song at their concerts sometimes because people request it.
Of course.
Can you
It has 21 million.
All right, I'll check how.
Okay. So,
Actually, I don't.
with my next pick, this isn't what I was gonna pick, but I just thought of it. It is also along the animation route. I'm gonna go with the theme song to SpongeBob.
Aye, aye, matey. Wait, now how does it go?
You're the one that watched it. I didn't even watch it. Yeah, you're getting the lyrics wrong.
What's new, SpongeBob? Oh, I don't remember. It's been a long time. What's new, Scooby-Doo is stuck in my head. That is a good song, but the best.
SpongeBob.
All right, I think Grant had some questionable picks there, and
I don't think so.
I can't believe I'm getting this one. It's like getting your two favorite with the first pick, but also the fourth pick. I can't believe it. Grant, you're gonna want to die after you hear the one I'm picking. I'm picking.
That isn't. I wasn't gonna pick that either.
You weren't gonna pick the
That's
Friends
not-
theme song?
No, that's not on my list of like favorite TV show theme songs. It's
That's the most
catchy, but
iconic.
Just because I'm the most iconic doesn't mean it's one of my favorites.
Doesn't listening to that theme song just make you want to have friends in New York in the 90s and early 2000s?
No,
Well, it does for
only
me.
David Schwimmer.
Don't we all wish we could be friends with David Schwimmer
Oh,
in New
David-
York in the 90s and early
David Schwimmer.
2000s? Anyway, I think. Well, I can't believe I got my favorite two picks, and with the third pick, this is more of one of my favorites, and I think that Grant likes it too. It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV. I'm taking Family Guy,
That's a good one.
my
I
favorite
wasn't-
show of all time.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of that one either.
I can't believe he missed it.
Yeah, I mean, shit happens.
Better than What's New, Scooby-Doo.
Don't judge. You're jealous that you didn't think of What's New, Scooby-Doo. I know you are.
I know
You
you
just
did a
wanna
lot
admit
of research.
I actually didn't do much research. It was simply called on my drive over. I was like, what are some theme songs that I like?
You could argue that What's New, Scooby-Doo isn't even the best Scooby-Doo theme song.
Wrong.
Okay.
Okay. With my third pick, I don't think this is a theme song that's going to be very high on other people's lists either. I know you definitely watched this show.
Did I?
Yes, you did. I know you did. This is just one of those theme songs that just hearing it makes me happy. Like when the new season came out pretty recently and I would just hear the theme song, I was like, yes! There's very few shows that have made me just happy to hear the theme song, and that is Ted Lasso.
That one's very short.
It's just because it's short doesn't mean it's not good. It's just one of those ones where just hearing it warms my heart. Mr. Mumford just plays this song very well.
It's a good song.
It's a good theme song.
But again, Grant, I don't know if I'd rank it in my top theme songs.
Well, you're stupid. And I don't care what you
Well,
think.
I may be stupid, but I'm not stupid.
You're
okay.
stupid for saying that. And with my fourth pick, I'm going to make another pick that you're going to say is a bad pick.
Because it is.
I am going to go with the 60s Batman theme song.
No, that's a good one. That's a great pick. I'm not going to argue with that one.
Goddamn right, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, classic
Who doesn't know Batman? All right.
The Batman.
Now he's doing What's New Scooby-Doo.
But Batman.
I don't know if they're going to be able to tell what that is. But Grant just did it. All right. Do I have the last two picks now? And then...
No, yeah, you got the next two, then I got one more.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I'm... All right.
These are your two final selections.
I'm going to pick the Big Bang Theory theme song. I feel like it's underrated. I love the Bare Naked Ladies. Don't we all? And it's just catchy. And it's got a longer version. If you look it up, it's pretty cool. And I like the Bare Naked Ladies. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm allowed to like them.
Terrible pick.
Terrible pick. It's one of the...
Terrible pick.
Okay. Whatever.
You judge What's New Scooby-Doo, and then you go on and you take the fucking Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang Theory is a family-friendly sitcom.
You think I care? Do you think that I care?
I care. I think it's good. I think it's great. And with my last pick, I wasn't even going to take this. But because Grant took What's New Scooby-Doo, I'm going to take the original Scooby-Doo theme song.
That's fair. That is fair.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Na, 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 na.
That's fair.
I feel
That's
like
fair.
it's more recognizable than...
It's more recognizable doesn't mean it's better, though.
Well, I did take it with the 5th pick, and you did take it with the 1st pick, so...
That's not even what I was going to take with my first pick, I'm not going to lie. I'm not even going to lie, I was going to take Ted Lasso with my first pick. I wasn't even going to take SpongeBob either. Like, I honest to God only took because I thought you were going to take it.
Well, I didn't...
Yeah, you clearly did not.
And now you have
And
a
my
chance
final
to save your draft, maybe, with...
pick, save
a
my
pick.
draft. Bitch, mine's miles ahead of yours. And with my last pick, this is going to be another one that you're going to say is a terrible pick. I'm going to go with the theme to Parks and Recreation.
Not gonna lie, I don't even know what that one
I
is.
know. But that's just another one that just makes me happy.
How does it go? Sing it for us.
It's like instrumental.
Okay.
I can't.
Oh my
just
God.
go through it all.
Guys.
So
I just realized neither of us picked The Office.
I'm not huge on The Office one. I like
Really?
it, but I like the ones that if I would have taken The Office over SpongeBob, but I mean the rest of them I put over The Office. Like The Office as a show is probably my favorite show. Ever. I'd clarify. But I mean the theme song. I don't know. I feel like the
I
theme
like
song would
it.
be better. It's a
I
good
feel like
theme
it's
song.
better than What's New Scooby-Doo.
You're just a hater.
Alright. Guys, please, let us know who had the better draft.
Even though it's obviously me.
Anyway. Hopefully these songs are stuck in your head after this.
I hope so.
Especially What's New Scooby-Doo.
Hopefully. Because if it's in your head, then that means I won.
Sure.
God.
Alright. Now we're going to be playing the shower game. Just as a reminder, the shower game is the game in a shower where the person who can't name the subject that we've picked gets a shower.
We need to set a timer this time, so this way we're not one of us is just sitting there for 30 seconds going, oh, what do I go with?
How? Okay, fine. We can set a timer.
For how long?
For 15 seconds.
Okay.
You're gonna have to reset it every time, though.
Well, yeah.
All right.
I'm
Well,
just gonna go with the stopwatch instead of a timer.
this
Then
episode.
I'll just tell you when it hits 15.
Okay. Well, I have to see it too. I can't just lose because I didn't.
I'm
know.
not gonna say, okay, you're at 15 when it's 2 seconds.
Okay. We're gonna do movies with sequels.
Yes.
Any movie with a sequel. It could be lots of sequels. So we can do franchises, and you can do a movie that just has one singular sequel. That's what the rule set we decided. If you don't like it, too bad, because that's what we're doing. Spin-offs count as a separate choice, by the way, if the spin-off also got a sequel.
So basically, yeah, movie franchises and movies that just received 1 or 2 sequels. Grant, you can start when you're ready.
And I will go.
Oh shoot, we have to wait. We forgot about my punishment.
Oh, we did forget about your punishment.
Oh, so sorry.
So, Mr. Benjamin over here is getting punished. Granted, I hypothetically should be too for not catching this in the moment. But
In the last episode, we were naming first overall picks, and I said Tristan Thompson, thinking that he was one of the Cavs' first overall picks.
he was not.
He was not. He was 4th. So I decided that it was unfair that Grant lost, especially because I called him out for being wrong. He was, but so was I. So I'm going to be getting a little punishment of myself. I'm not necessarily going to take a shower yet, but I'm going to be eating hot sauce, plain hot sauce. Grant, what's
Yes.
on the label? Show.
Margot Robbie.
Because she's hot.
And we don't give free endorsements.
You'll never know
You'll never
what
know
brand of hot
what
sauce
brand
it is.
Just go to Giant. You'll figure it out.
Well, Giant is an northeastern grocery store.
With the fancy lid.
Giant has a fancy lid.
No, I'm talking about the bottle.
I was talking about Giant. Not everyone knows what that is. How does it smell? Let me smell it.
It smells like sauce.
Oh, that smells bad. Please don't put a lot. So part of the punishment is I'm gonna have to eat it before I do the game. Yeah, definitely don't put a lot. That's good. You can scoop it up. All right. So
He's got
show
that
them
much.
that there's
That much.
that there's hot sauce on it.
You gotta put it down on your tongue.
All right. So this isn't gonna be fun,
No, it's not.
but this is what I get for saying Tristan Thompson was the first overall pick.
Also, we don't know how hot this actually is. We just looked for one that was supposedly hot, and this is hotter sauce.
We Googled it and it said 5,000 to 7,000 Scovilles, whatever. Like, I know what a Scoville is, but I don't know. I can't compare that to anything, to be honest.
We should have watched like a Hot Ones episode before this, just to kind of get that range, like where along they'd be in the show with 5,000.
We're not trying to go crazy
we
here.
didn't plan too much.
But
should have, because
I
cheated.
don't want to do this at
Well,
all.
That
Do I
sucks.
still have to? Can
Yes, yes, you do.
The good news is, if I lose, I get to take a cold shower. So I'm kind of excited to lose.
Should put it down on your tongue.
I ate it. It's hot. Okay. Let's start the shower game. Grant, take it away. Movies with
I'm gonna
sequels.
go with Star Wars.
Star Wars? Okay. I'm going to go with Harry Potter.
I am gonna go with Fast and Furious.
I'm going to go with Rocky.
I'm gonna go with Creed.
I'm going to go with Godfather.
I'm gonna go with Indiana Jones.
I'm going to go with Joe Dirt and Joe Dirt 2.
I'm gonna go with Grown Ups.
All right. I'm going to go with the SpongeBob movie franchise.
I'm gonna go with Fantastic Beasts.
Okay. I'll go with the Scooby-Doo movie franchise.
I'm gonna go with the Hunger Games.
Games. Okay. I'm gonna go for Iron Man.
I'm gonna go with Thor.
Captain America.
I'm gonna go with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I'll go with. Does it count? No, I'm not gonna go with that. I'll go with Fantastic Four. Before they were in the MCU, they got two in the same, like they were sequels, and they got another one that was bad.
I am gonna go with the Maze Runner.
Good. Percy Jackson.
That is a good one. That is a good one. I'm gonna go with Tooth Fairy.
Oh, there
Because
was
they
a
did
second
a
one.
second Tooth Fairy.
There was a second Tooth Fairy. I'm gonna go with I'm blanking. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with shoot.
3.
No, stop.
No,
You,
dude,
I just
there's a 14 and a half seconds.
Okay. I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna say one because I'm going to say one because I can think of one.
Okay, I
Cause
just restarted.
Okay. There's been multiple Hulk movies.
I'll count it because I'll be nice.
I'm gonna lose.
Jaws.
The Meg.
That is correct. Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man.
Avatar.
Top Gun.
Mission Impossible.
Scream.
Friday the 13th.
Halloween.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
What's the one where they're attached
Has
by
started.
the human centipede?
Leprechaun.
Leprechaun. Silent Night, Deadly Night. There was a 1 and a 2.
Yes, there was. Transformers.
The Book Club.
Damn it, I wanted to use that early on.
The Book Club. Me and Grant saw The Book Club 1 and 2 the other day.
Yes, we did. Double feature. I am gonna go with the escape from New York and escape from LA.
Okay. Rush Hour.
Escape Plan.
Doctor Strange.
Terminator.
Home Alone.
Rambo.
The Expendables. Grant's jamming because he can't think. But you can have some extra time because I did too.
Dark Knight. Trilogy.
Oh, I didn't say it. So, if you're counting that, can I say the Tim Burton Batmans? You're specifically saying.
Just the 2 Tim Burton ones though.
Okay.
And I will go with Aquaman.
That's right. Suicide Squad.
And I will go with. I know that I saw that there was a 2. I have not seen it anywhere. Ouija Shark.
You can't use that.
Why not? Okay, Sharknado.
Okay, there you go. We'll talk about Ouija Shark later.
Some other time.
Just imagine it or look up the poster.
It's terrible. I love how we've completely stopped using
The Conjuring. The Conjuring.
Shit, what was that one? Insidious.
Purge.
Insurgent.
Divergent.
Die Hard. Divergent is the sequel to Insurgent.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
I think I said Insurgent, which was one of the other ones. I think Divergent was the first one.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so you know what I meant, though.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
I'll say Die Hard.
Damn it. I shouldn't have let you take it. Garfield.
Pokemon movies.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Tom Holland Spider-Man. And when I said the Spider-Man in the beginning, I meant Tobey Maguire, and now I'm saying Tom Holland.
I kind of figured. Blade.
Ghost Rider with Nick Cage.
Deadpool.
Dang it. X-Men.
Realistically, you should have lost at this point.
Why
Babe.
could Babe? There's two babes.
I am very certain that there is a.
No, I
Babe
believe you.
too.
I believe you.
Yep.
Air Bud.
Isn't there like an Air Buddies?
That's the same. I'm not counting that as its own universe.
Santa Claus.
Oh my god. The Grinch trilogy, if you will.
The Santa Claus. Can I start using the stopwatch again?
Can you start or stop?
Start.
Sure.
Okay, it started.
Okay. Christmas. Let's see. No, don't count me down. Saw. I said Saw.
It was already at 15.
No,
Oh my god.
it doesn't have to be like exactly
You
on.
Do not
point.
know the rules of a stopwatch.
No, it shouldn't be like you has to be exact. I got it.
Yeah,
Saw.
Still, that's technically the second time. Bullshit.
You definitely went over 15 seconds.
Yeah,
too.
but you did it earlier.
No, but you definitely did it like twice, and I
Yeah,
didn't
and
care.
you did it multiple times too. And
I'm saying that we keep
that
going.
we're disobeying the laws of the stopwatch.
I don't like the stopwatch. As long as it doesn't go on forever.
use stopwatch.
Just let's keep going.
Yeah.
I said Saw.
I am gonna go with Zoolander.
I'm gonna go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
If it gets remade into something, are we counting that?
What do you mean?
Like if they do it and then they redo it,
Nah, that's
like a remake.
unless it's a spin-off, I don't think it should count.
Okay. Nemo.
Yeah, that counts. Oh, I had one in my head. The Hannibal movies, like Silence of the Lambs.
Brother Bear.
Brother Bear.
Brother Bear.
Lilo and Stitch.
Little Mermaid.
Oh, these are such Aladdin. We're naming like the ones that went straight to DVD.
Toy Story.
Land Before Time.
The Lion King.
I was gonna say Wallace and Gromit. He's cracking his toes now to help him think. Do you have a movie?
Alien.
Aliens. I'm just kidding. I know it's the same thing. How have we not said Shrek?
I don't know.
Shrek.
Predator.
Puss in Boots.
Damn it.
Should've said
I was
Puss in
Trainer Dragon.
Oh shoot. Bunch of Dreamer. Boss Baby.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
DreamWorks. Everybody clap. Venom.
This is technically a sequel. Knocked Up and This is 40.
I'll take your word for it, I guess.
Yes.
Neighbors. Didn't that get a sequel?
Yes, that did
Okay.
get a sequel. I shall go. Kill Bill.
Great movies. I'm gonna go with. Let's see. Comedies. There's more. Oh, I was gonna say Pitch Perfect.
American Pie.
Dang it. Oh, National Lampoons.
Now You See Me.
Grant, stop it! Stop it!
The fuck was that?
The Sandlot.
Fletch.
What's Fletch?
It's like a Chevy Chase movie.
Scooby Doo. Like live action Scooby Doo.
I thought you said that already.
First time I meant like the animated ones.
Oh.
Anyway, animated franchise and the live action amazing ones.
Police Academy.
Paul Blart.
Damn it, I was going to say that earlier too, but I forgot about it. Star Trek.
Dang it.
Thank you, actually. That was a bit of a hint.
I did a starship for him. No. Isn't there more space stuff?
I don't know. Is there?
2001: A Space Odyssey had a sequel.
Yes, it did. 2010. Airplane.
Monty Python.
Lethal Weapon.
Was there a Jack and Jill 2?
No, there was not.
Why not?
Because it sucked.
Oh my god. Oh, Hotel Transylvania.
Conan the Barbarian.
Guys, I'm struggling. I'm trying so hard and I'm not getting anywhere. Grant, do you have a bunch of like them in your head?
I've got a few.
All right, guys. I'm unfortunately going to call it quits.
Get fucked.
I could never surpass Grant on movie knowledge. He is very good at that. He's seen every movie.
Beverly Hills Cop.
He's seen every movie. So
I had some other ones, but I completely forgot them already. I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway, Grant won fair and square. The hot sauce kind of wore off. Next time we can do more, maybe.
Yeah, do more instead of you going.
It was
for 2
hot.
seconds,
It was
and
hot.
Then,
Anyway, we'll be right back for me to take my shower.
this time you can sit in my misery.
Yes.
We are here today to have our loser get bathed on.
I lost twice, really.
And before we start the commencement, we would just like to say something real quick. Dear Mr. Mark McGrath of the band Sugar Ray, we are very big fans, and we would very much appreciate if you would allow us to use one of your songs in one of our episodes.
Or every episode.
Or every episode. Either or, we would be honored to be able to display your fantastic music and share it to the masses. With that being said, our loser must be punished.
Never mind, it doesn't work like that. Wait. Yeah, okay.
Okay. This is called dedication. He's getting his socks wet.
I don't want y'all to see my feet. No free feet pics.
Someday, when my life has passed me by, sit around and wonder why you guys were always there for me. It's cold. This is helping me breathe for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you for watching. And please come back next time. Until then, I am Grant. And he is Benjamin. We thank you for spending your time with us. Goodbye. Goodbye. That wasn't good. Turn back in. There we go.
Turn it off, you jackass.